Hello, welcome back to Nails by Sora. Stephanie speaking. Nice to have you. Anyone who's new, welcome. Everyone who's already subscribed, welcome back. I'm happy to have you. I'm just going and I'm putting on my gloves. I want to briefly explain what I'm going to be doing today. I belong to this nail group, BR Nail Talk. BR Nail Talk stands for Blue Rose. I follow Crystal on Blue Rose Nails on YouTube, and she does this thing called, let me pull it up, Design It Nail Cards, where on her Facebook page she goes through every week and she has 4 sets of cards, one for shape and length of the nails, one for color, one for product, and one for theme. And she goes through and she picks 4 cards, and we all do manicures having to do with whatever is drawn. So this week she drew extra long stiletto, the color burgundy, using Pixie Crystals, and it has to do with the Zodiac sign. So I figured I would join in this week. I've only been on the Facebook group for about a week now, so I didn't want to jump in with the first challenge. I wasn't actually sure what it was. But I figured I would join in with this one and take you all along with me. I don't know if I'm going to do it every week or if I'm just going to, do it sporadically, but we'll see when we get to it. But I don't really have the exact color burgundy so far as I can tell. I have whiskey and wine, which looks like it's pretty close to a burgundy. It's got a nice shimmer in it. Then I have Sunset in Florida, which I know isn't a burgundy, but I figured I could mix it with a brown, like Bucket List, and make a burgundy. This is a bit of a muted reddish purple with, or red with blue tones rather. And then I've got Light Elegance, You Bring the Wine, which I definitely want to figure out if I can use it in this one. I should just take the cover completely off. So that's gorgeous, and it's going to add depth and dimension, so I'm going to see if I can use that. And then I definitely, since Virgo is, my sign is Virgo for Zodiac, since Virgo is an earth sign, I want to bring in some green. I'm going to try not to make it too Christmassy, but I do want to see if I can do some green accents. So I have Lost in the Woods, I have Keep Palm, and Nordic Bliss. So those are the colors that I'm going to go for. I'm going to work out the design as I am doing it. So I don't really have extra long stilettos, but I do have long stilettos. So I'm going to use those, of course, since it's in the challenge. And I'm just going to get right into it. I'm not going to narrate while I'm doing it because I really don't know what I want to do. So I will come back and sum up at the end, and then I will dub in my commentary in the editing stage. Editing? In the editing stage. These are the Pixie Crystals. I picked them up on Amazon since I didn't have any. And if I can get the cap off. So yeah. Gonna have some fun. I hope you join me. Please give me a like and a subscribe, and hit that notification button, bell. Wow, it's a good thing I'm not narrating tonight. Hit that notification bell so that you'll always be aware when new videos are available. And I'll see you at the end. So it's a really good thing that I do not post these videos in real time, because wow, I had a lot of issues with this manicure. And it's not, I had a pretty good idea what I wanted to do going into it, and it did mostly come out the way I had wanted it to. But the portrait that I end up doing, I did 2 different versions. I didn't like the one that I started out with. I ended up putting it aside and redoing it, and then I didn't like that one, so I ended up in the end going back to the original one, which now that I'm looking at it in retrospect really does fit more the mood of the set as a whole. But the what Crystal does is she picks 4 cards. They each have a separate topic. One is a theme, which in this case is Zodiac. Then there's a color, which is maroon. A product to use, which she drew Pixie Crystals, which I've never used before and probably will never use again. And what was the 4th thing with this set? I'm forgetting it in the moment what the 4th thing was. Shape. So extra long stilettos, which I don't have. I have long stilettos, which is what I ended up using. But my goal for this set was obviously to follow along with the Zodiac theme. So I did kind of a glitter to maroon ombre. And I started out with light elegance. I'm not going to remember at this point what colors I used, so I'm going to put everything will be in the description box below. But I'm using 2 different light elegance colors. The glitter I do remember is Bring the Wine. I don't remember what the name of the buttercream color is, but then I'm also mixing it with Madame Glam's Sunset in Florida, Florida Sunset. And that really created a great kind of ethereal theme that I was going for, or celestial rather. So I did that across all 5 nails, and now I'm going in and I'm just putting a coat of DGel so I can even out the glitter and the base and create a smooth surface in which to do drawings on. And after I do the DGel, I'm just going to mattify everything so that there's not that inhibition layer that's going to make my line work bleed across the surface of the nails, because I want really crisp lines. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to cut to the next scene. So now that everything is mattified, I'm going in with my white gel paint, and I'm just going to start outlining the profile of the woman who represents my zodiac, which is Virgo. And it's no surprise that this set gave me a lot of difficulty, because as a Virgo, I am extremely stubborn is a word, but also particular. And I want things to come out exactly as I envision them. So I was working from an online image, and it didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to. The feel of her came out very well in the end, but the hair, I tried a few different methods. I used blooming gel. I wanted it to kind of create these waves going across all the nails. I ended up keeping it to this one nail because I was having so much difficulty. But I didn't want it to be kind of messy and frayed as I feel it turned out. I want it to be more exacting and more planned curls. I'm going to put up an image, the image that I was referencing. So you can see the lines of her hair are very deliberate. They're really etched out and planned, and they've got other lines going through to delineate the waves of her hair. And that's really what I was going for, and I didn't really achieve it. But in the end, it came out better than I originally thought it had. I like it a lot more the more I look at it. So it is what it is. Now that I've got that rat's nest of a hairstyle out of the way, we're moving on to the actual symbol of the Zodiac, Virgo. Not really sure what it is. It's like an M with an extra curved portion on the end. If you're familiar with astrology and the zodiacs, then you know what I'm talking about. But right now I'm just creating the circle that was in the original image that I was drawing from for the woman. And I'm putting the medallion, that's what it's called, the medallion on a separate nail. And I'm just marking in the lines for the symbol of Virgo. And once I get that done, I'm going to outline it in black so it really pops. And then I'm also going to accent the circle itself with a little bit of black, just so that it stands out from the background a little bit more, because there is a lot of gold with the glitter, and I wanted it to really look like a physical thing instead of just part of the background. For the third nail, I'm now going in and I'm doing the actual astrological zodiac. Not really sure what it is. I should I don't need to look that up. But basically, it's the stars connected by lines. I'm using the gold gel paint by Madame Glam to put in the actual stars in the constellation. And then I'm going to use the black gel paint to connect them. Now, I mentioned before that I really don't like the Pixie Crystals. I did use them over the gold stars to really make the fact that it's a star pop. But I don't know, I just don't like how they lay on the nail. I guess I like them for accents like I did here, or like I'm going to do coming up. But to have an entire nail coated with it, not really my thing. Maybe I'll change my mind. I tend to do that a lot, if you haven't noticed. My subscribers might realize that by now. But yeah, so I'm going to use it as accents on this nail, but then on the upcoming 2 accent nails, where I'm going to attempt to lay it in as kind of like a nebula effect, where you've got those streaks of light going through the sky, creating the different star systems in the galaxy. And it worked out better on the second try. The first one, I didn't wipe the inhibition layer, so it stuck to more of the nail than I wanted it to, and I had trouble rearranging them into the pattern that I was going for. So when I went on to the last nail, I made sure to wipe the nail with isopropyl alcohol so that when I put down the gem glue, the Pixie Crystals only stuck where I wanted them to. So here I'm going through and I'm using the Makartt gem glue, and I'm just dabbing it into the area where I want to fill in with Pixie Crystals. And you can see that it sticks a lot better than it did on the previous nail, where it kind of just got trapped all over the nail. And then I had to kind of corral them into a shape that looked somewhat purposeful. And once that is set the way I want, I go in for a full 60 to 90 second cure. And then I go in and I place the base and top coat around the gems. Whenever you're using gems or crystals, you want to make sure that you don't polish over them, because the gel is going to bloat all the facets on the gems and crystals, and you're going to lose that shine and sparkle. So you really want to lay the base and top coat on top of the nail and push it up against the edges so that it really secures them onto the nail. But make sure that you polish around it and not over it. And now I direct you back to the past.
It's always nice if you hit the record button when you're recording your outro, which apparently I didn't, so I'm going to redo it. That's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like and a subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're always alerted when there is a new video. I'm very much on the fence with this set. When I recorded my original outro, I said I absolutely did not like it. Then I started photographing them, and the way the light hit the Pixie Crystals made me rethink my decision. That being said, I don't think I would ever use them on myself. I just don't like the rough texture, and I feel like, I don't know, I just think it would annoy me after a while. But if you like it, please let me know. If you have any comments or suggestions as to how I can use them more effectively, I would love to know. Ooh, I'm a little zoomed in. But yeah, so that's going to do it for today. And I will see you in the next video. If you have any comments or questions, like I said, please leave them down below. And all the information for the products I used will be in the description box below.